Record this now.
Yeah.
That's fine, that's fine. Just letting you know, so that I'm video and audio recording you. Is that alright? Wait, you don't wish to talk to me, no? See, look, if what he was doing to you, yeah, was fully legal, my mum would talk to me. But it's not, so he won't talk to me. What have you actually done with this?
Apparently dropped a cigarette on the floor.
Apparently dropped a cigarette on the floor.
That one there.
Has he proved that it's yours?
Nope.
No?
No way off.
So why are you giving him his information then? Because you felt intimidated and threatened. So this guy here is intimidated you and threatened you to make you believe you're obliged to give him your information, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. What have you got to say about that, sir? As a public servant. But no comment. Community Protection Officer 9982. I know you might think I'm a bit strange or something, but I've been putting them on YouTube, innit? This guy's going on as well, man. Can you tell me the difference between a statute and a law, please? No?
What are you going to do on YouTube after? YouTube it.
You can YouTube it if you want, I'll give you the channel. I'd just like to let you know that failure to differentiate between statute and law is gross negligence and equals fraud. Still no comment? Even though you committed fraud? That's absolutely ridiculous. So he's making you believe that you're obliged to answer his questions, but he hasn't spoken a word to me yet.
I phone that, please.
Don't give him the information. Honestly, you're not legally obliged to, or lawfully obliged.
To give you my
Yes,
information?
you are.
No, you're not. No, you are not obliged to give him that information.
You know, am I legally obliged?
He's going to lie to you all day. We live in a hypocrisy, not a democracy.
Can be arrested. Okay.
No, you cannot be arrested. You cannot be arrested.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey,
asking.
excuse me.
I'm still. I believe.
Before you ask him that, can you ask him to prove that you're obliged to give him that information? At the end of the day, he's only a human being, just the same as you are, you know. Ah, that's bad. You don't believe me, do you? You know what, yeah? I'll give you my YouTube and that before I leave, innit? And you'll believe me by the end of it, trust me. And the next time one of these imposters, these private policy enforcers, are just trying to make your money off you through statutes and acts, ask you a question, you know exactly what to say. Do you feel happy that you're robbing these people?
Yeah.
Do you feel happy that you're robbing these people of their hard-earned money, sir? That's pathetic and cowardly, sir.
Your mum's address.
You used to stop me in the street, you'd have me believe that I'm obliged to answer your questions. And you haven't even got the common decency to even look at me. What's that about? You see how corrupt these people actually are? If what he was actually doing was lawful and legal, he'd turn around and speak to me, would he not? You don't think that I'm saying what I'm saying is true? Well, you still want to give me details though? I don't understand how you can understand what I'm saying is true. And then straight away.
When I was about 16, someone assisted, I did on a solicitor, and they came over to me and asked my details, and I gave them to them. And after I'd given them my details, they turned around and said, next time, don't give me your real details. The officer actually said to me.
You're not actually legally or lawfully obliged to give them your details until you break a law. Dropping litter on the floor is not actually a law, it's an act. You know what the difference between an act?
Someone just put a stick round the corner.
You know what the difference between an act and a law is? No?
Yeah.
An act is, hey, I can remember you from yesterday. Here's the guy. I'm alright, mate. How are you? Have you found out the difference between a statute and a law yet?
Same thing.
Same thing. It's not the same thing. And I'd just like to remind you as well, you've been audio and video recorded, and failure to differentiate between statute and law is gross negligence and equals fraud.
Do I look like a lawyer?
No, but do I? Sorry, you can record me, mate. I'm recording you as well. That's fine. That's alright. That's fine. You see what I'm saying? These people have you believe, intimidate you, have you believe that they're obliged to answer anything that they do. Make it that we can't record them, even though this guy's obviously blatantly recording me. Ridiculous. This guy is a coward.
You're harassing the officer, you know that's where that is.
I'm not harassing the officer.
Yeah.
No.
No problem at all.
That's fine. See, what they're going to try and do now, yeah, because I got him yesterday, they're going to try and use intimidation tactics and scare tactics and get the police down there to try and detain something I haven't done. But that's fine, that's fine. I'm going to wait here for him. Just to prove to this nice lady what her name is. Jodie. And Becky. And the next time they stop by these police enforcers, they're not actually obliged to answer the questions.
It's the guy that's had the trip being dealt with.
Right, this guy's actually got a voice. So is it against the law for me to ask you a few simple questions then, sir?
You're getting in the way from doing his job.
I'm not preventing him from doing anything.
Right.
I'm just standing there talking to these two and asking them a few questions which I'm obliged to do as a citizen of this land, which I'm fully obliged to do. I pay taxes. Obviously you can see I've just come from work. You lot paid the taxpayers' money. So I'll ask as many questions as I like, mate. That's not actually a demand for money, that's a notice. Noticing you that by you giving him your details, you've actually contracted him with giving that money. That's what it is. It's all contract, two-party consensual contract.
Hey, what happens is it would not my name.
But what you can do, what you can do is disagree that the actual paper was yours and try and get them to prove it was actually your paper that you dropped.
How do you actually prove that somebody existed?
They can't. They can't.
The offence is actually leaving unless you're walking away from it.
You know, if I offer...
Well, she hasn't actually walked away.
You've already done it. If you hadn't stopped you, we'd be able to talk about it.
Yeah, but you can't say that though.
She actually dropped it.
He signed me for dropping a cigarette, and I'm saying I dropped paper. But other than that, I'm just going to go.
Well, if he's fined you for dropping a cigarette, how are you going to accept that when you drop paper?
I'm not, I don't like arguing.
Typical. Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
Okay, right, thank you.
I'd just like to say that I've got it all on video, mate, and I'm not harassing him. Thank you. I just thought I'd ask this nice gentleman a few questions.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you the same question, if that's alright?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you tell me the difference between a statute and a law, please?
Between a statute and a law, I think one is to do with common law and one is to do with statutory law passed down by government.
Can you speak my hand, mate? Because you're the first copper out of all of them that's actually said that. So can you tell me the definition of a statute then, please? The legal definition.
No?
What? You're supposed to be able to tell me that.
I'm not supposed to be able to tell you that.
We're
not lawyers, you know.
I'm not. At the end of the day, sorry to differentiate between statute and law. Gross negligence and equals fraud.
Yesterday, by any chance?
No, I was not.
Okay. Of course now, mate. Was that alright?
Is that it? So you're going to leave? I'm not finished answering your questions yet, mate.
What is this, question time?
It's not question time, but I believe that if you was to stop me in
I think I'm right in saying that I don't have to stop and just answer questions to you.
But
I've already on my way to an incident when this
at the end of the day, mate, if you was to stop me in the street and ask me the same thing, you'd try and make me believe that I'm
the same thing.
At the end of the day, mate, if you was to stop me in the street and ask me a couple of questions and I didn't want to answer you, you'd detain me and take me down to Bridewell police station.
No, only if there's a chance that you committed a criminal offence. That's the only reason I'm allowed to detain you. I'm not allowed to just go up to that girl then, start asking her some questions.
And they drop a bike on you then, officer.
Alright,
The thing is though, officer, in my past experience, every time I get stopped by the police and I don't want to answer their questions, they detain me and take me down to the police station.
And you've had a very bad experience then, because obviously they're trying to investigate criminal offences, and that's the only reason they're allowed to stop you. I don't think anyone's ever stopped you for slight tax before, have they?
No.
To ask you a load of general knowledge questions.
I don't think I've ever actually met a flight police officer.
Right, well you've met one now, haven't you? You done?
Not quite.
No, I'm going that way, mate.
That's fine. Is it alright if I ask you the same question, mate? You refuse to answer my question? Can I ask you why you refuse to answer my question then, please, officer? What incident's this? That's just outrageous, mate. That's poor public service. That's just another few policy enforcers which I have on my camera robbing innocent people of their hard-earned money. Do you have any comment for that, sir? No. No. What do you think of the public service of this land? If you don't want to be on camera, mate, it's alright. I don't want to film you. It's alright. I just wondered what you thought of the country, the state of the country. No, you don't want to comment? That's fine. Excuse me, mate. Can I ask you a couple of questions, please?
No, please.
No?